Right, team, I want to take you back to the year 2006, March 2006 to be accurate. I was 17 years old and I was here in the Italian Dolomites with my family skiing. And I was about to go to university for 7 years to study to become a dentist. Originally, I wanted to be a medic, a doctor, and I decided to be a dentist instead. But the aim of today's video is simple. It's been 20 years since I left school, and I couldn't have imagined how things have turned out. Last year, I had my first 7-figure year. I made $1.14 million with my advisory and consulting business. I'm not a dentist anymore. I'm not a biomedical scientist. I just love life. And I thought of today, I'd share with you 5 lessons that I wish someone could have told me back when I was that 17-year-old about to study 7 years of university. As we ski around the Solopreneurship, which I've skied many times before, but it's never on my own. So yeah, how about, let's just do this. Let's have some fun. And big ski day. Let's see what happens. Oh, unbelievable. Okay, let's talk about the first lesson I'd like to teach my 17-year-old self from 20 years ago, skiing these exact same slopes, probably under slightly different conditions. It's the idea of just following your curiosity. So 20 years ago, I was planning to be a dentist, and I was a dentist for 2 years until I realized that this doesn't seem like it's going to where I want it to go as a career. I realized actually you couldn't have freedom. You couldn't really have autonomy. You had to build a patient list. So it meant that you had to stay in one location. And so that had me questioning everything about 10 years ago. And I followed my curiosity. I made a massively, what felt like a really risky call. A lot of friends and family were like, are you sure about this? And I said, no, but I'm sure that I'm going to follow my gut instinct now. So that would be the very first lesson that, I would tell my 17-year-old self is follow your curiosity. And if you follow your curiosity, you will eventually get to where you're destined to be. And 20 years later, I can very thankfully say that I feel like I made it to where I wanted to be. Now, the thing I wanted to talk to you about in this lift is maybe the most important thing that I've learned over the last 3 to 4 years, which maybe if I had learned when I was 17, 20 years ago, things might have been different, but they didn't need to be different, because the second lesson is that everything works out perfectly. 4 years ago, I was actually here. I was back in the Italian Dolomites, and it was just after the pandemic, and I was really struggling in life. I was trying to start my own business. I'd quit my full-time job as a consultant, and I was working in this agency. We were co-running this business, and we were making okay money, but I wasn't seeing any of it. And I was super stressed about it all. And I was very fortunate. I've always been really lucky that there have been times where my family had been like, don't worry, we'll cover you to come on holiday with us. And that was one of the times 4 years ago. And I came here 4 years ago, and life was really, really tough. But if you had told me 4 years ago that in 4 years' time, I would have driven to the same place in the Italian Alps in my own Porsche, and that last year I would have done $1 million in business revenue, I don't know if I would have believed you. Because 4 years isn't that long. But what I realize now is that everyone is on their own perfect timeline. And I guess I probably wish I knew this when I was younger, if someone would have told me that it probably would have been cool if I had known that everything was going to work out for me perfectly. And I probably would have made moves with a lot more conviction. And that's what we're going to be talking up next. Okay, so we stopped for a little coffee break. It's now 10:41 a.m. So I've been skiing for about 2 hours. So I thought I'd take this opportunity to talk to you about if I could tell my 17-year-old self 20 years ago, who is skiing in around this area, literally 20 years ago. I tell him that he needs to figure out how to operate from a state of faith rather than fear. Now, the sad reality is that the world is absolutely designed to keep us scared and to keep us away from striving for our dreams. It's just the way it is. And it's become even more clear to me as I've gotten older and older. It's the way the world is designed. People who rule at the top, the elites, whatever you want to call them, they have so many mechanisms in place, whether it's media, social media, war, pandemics, whatever it is. These are all like fear-based control mechanisms designed to keep people down. What I've realized is that you have to be able to operate from a state of, like I said before, everything is going to work out perfectly for me. So what that means is that you have to operate from a position of absolute confidence and faith that if you do these things, if you take a risk, if you make a decision, it's all going to work out perfectly. I've taken so many risks in my life so far. Quitting dentistry 10 years ago, quitting a pretty decent job in the tech industry to come and live in the Alps for 2 years. I've taken huge amounts of risks, but I'm so glad I did. And those risks, what they've taught me is that if you take the risks, you will eventually get the rewards. So here's to moving from a state of fear to a state of faith. Okay, let me tell you a little story about this tattoo. Maybe the worst tattoo in history, but up to now, only 4 people in the world know what this tattoo stands for. It says LFI. My girlfriend knows what it means. Her family knows what it means because I told them last week because they were curious, and I was like, you know what, fuck it. I've not told people for so long because I was self-conscious about it, but I'm like, fuck it, I'll tell them. So I was in Berlin and I was on holiday with my parents. I just quit dentistry, and I'll be honest, I was a little bit lost. Up until that point in my life, it was really clear what I needed to do. All of a sudden, the path wasn't clear. And so I was walking down the street in Berlin and I saw a tattoo shop, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to get this tattoo. And for whatever reason, the words "look for inspiration" came to me. And I ended up getting this tattoo from basically a guy who was a 40-year-old crack addict with a eye patch, and turns out to be the worst tattoo you've ever seen. But it reminds me to always be looking for inspiration. Life really is a fucking roller coaster. I've been through some serious shit over the past 20 years, and I've always gone through it on the other side, but there have always been moments where I've needed to search and hunt for inspiration, whether it's people that I look up to. You know, for a long time, when I first quit dentistry, it was Tim Ferriss. Tim Ferriss always inspired me. It's really funny because last year was the first time I completed the 4-hour work week. Inadvertently, because my girlfriend was sick, so I had to be in a clinic with her, but I was able to operate my business off 4 hours a week. Not to say that that was the goal, but I've now got a business that allows me to do that. And so I have to remind myself all the time, you know, especially now at the moment when the world feels like it's in a load of turmoil. What I've realized is the world is always in turmoil, and there's always been wars for the last 20 years since I was 17. There's been a fucking war all going on all the time. And I don't think that's ever going to stop, to be honest. But what you can do is you can get inspired and get clear on a vision. You may have heard this before, but the idea of if you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hands. And I want to share with you a few books that have really helped me with this understanding that if I can just get a clear vision of what I want, I will achieve it. The first one is called Psycho-Cybernetics. Now, this is by a doctor as well. He was a cosmetic doctor, a surgeon. It's a must read. This will really help you understand the science of goal setting and getting towards goals. The second one is a small book, and it's called Dollars Flow to Me Easily. It's a book that I get all of my clients to read straight out the gate when they start working with me, and it's super important that they read that book. I read it on repeat all the time. I brought it with me on this trip. Started reading it again last night. The third book is called 3 Magic Words. This is maybe the most profound book that I've ever read. I'll throw in a bonus book because this is a book that I've been following for the last 4 years. It's called The Millionaire Master Plan by Roger Hamilton. Low key, no one talks about it, but it has literally been every year I follow a new chapter as I grow as an entrepreneur. If you can really get a clear idea of what you want in your future, the Millionaire Master Plan gives you an exercise called the Future Vision exercise. I'm about to rewrite mine, where you literally script the next year coming up. And I would say that's probably the most profound exercise that I do and I get all of my clients to go through. Okay, I'm going to enjoy this steak. So I just ordered a fillet steak. I'm going to finish off this beer, and we'll get some more skiing in after this. Beautiful fillet steak, baby potatoes. My nutritionist, Lucas, is going to be proud of me. Maybe not so proud of the beer, but I was not joking about this food. So as you can see, it is a total whiteout outside. And this lesson is kind of related to this. Now, 10 years ago, I decided to follow a dream that I'd had since I was a kid, which was to go and live and work in the Alps, in the mountains. I was 28, and I was like, I think this is now or never. I think this is the time. I had already made a shift to transition away from dentistry. I started working in the tech industry, but I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Now is the time. So when I was 28, I packed everything up, put everything in storage, and I moved to the French Alps. I worked as a driver and as a chauffeur to get people to and from the airport, and also drive people around the town. It was the most fun job I've ever had. So I'm really glad I did that. But the lesson here is actually about to do with this whiteout conditions. These conditions, I used to hate skiing in these conditions. 15 years ago, if I ever came on a skiing holiday, which is my favorite thing to do, when it would snow, I wouldn't be able to go ski. I just literally couldn't do it. I didn't have the skills to be able to do it. And what I realized is the only way for me to get over my fear and kind of just inability to ski in these conditions, I had to do total immersion to get the skills. And so that's what happened. The 2 years that I worked and operated in the Alps, I skied most days, and I ended up getting the skills that I needed to be able to ski in these conditions. But I only did it through absolute immersion. I wouldn't have been able to do it even if I'd just done a couple of weeks skiing back to back. I had to do it for 2 years to be able to build the skills so that now I can go out on a day like today where I can't see shit. I can't see like 3 meters in front of me, but I'm still having the best time ever because I have the skills to ski in these conditions, which I didn't have 15 years ago. So if you want to achieve something, you have to be obsessed with getting those skills. I've been obsessed with getting the skills that I needed to get to be able to be a creator, to be able to make videos like this, to have an audience and have the fortune of having the dream business that I have. But it's taken me over a decade of building skills and knowledge, mentorship. The amount of money that I invest in my education and skills now is crazy. This year alone, I've committed over $150,000 to my education, $60,000 for a networking mentorship, $50,000 for a trip that I'm going on later this year. I just paid $7,000 2 days ago for a new accelerator that I'm a part of to learn the skills of AI. Everything changed for me a couple of years ago when I started investing really heavily in my skills. So you're gonna have to get totally immersed in skill development, and I need to get off this lift. Okay, let's go do some skiing. So down there is home. That is Corvara, and that means that I have completed, I think, about 90% of the Saloronda circuit. Did it the orange route today. And yeah, snow's gone, but I have to admit, I am absolutely buggered. My legs took a pounding today, quads are burning quite a few times, and it's been an incredible day. Once again, it's reminded me why this is the best place on earth to go skiing. Love it. So I wanted to leave you with a bonus lesson for you. And again, I'm speaking to you, Tom, 17-year-old Tom, back in March 2006. At that time, Tom was never destined to be an entrepreneur. He was destined to be on the career path of being in the medical industry. He was on the path to being a dentist, and he saw that through. He became a dentist. I've now realized, after being an entrepreneur now for about 5 years, is that entrepreneurship is personal development. Some of you may be familiar with the idea of the law of the lid. That is, your business will only grow to the lid on which you have skills, capabilities. It will not grow past that. So whatever your cap is on skills, however high your skills are, your business will not grow past that point. For your business to grow, you need to get more skills. And what I've realized is that entrepreneurship is personal development. You have to look after your body, you have to look after your mind, you have to look after your spirit, you have to look after your soul, you have to look after other people. Most importantly, entrepreneurship is about serving other people. And I think that's been the biggest realization, is that I went down the route of wanting to do dentistry because I wanted to serve people. I wanted to help people. I always wanted to help people. And what I've realized is that entrepreneurship is a route for me to help way more people than I ever could when I was a dentist. And so if you're there, Tom, if you're watching this, if you're younger, if you're like in your 20s, you're curious about entrepreneurship, or maybe you're an entrepreneur, just know that you are on the right path. Everything will work out perfectly for you in its own time. Enjoy the ride, help people, learn skills, just embrace the roller coaster that is life. And most importantly, make sure you do some fucking living. Okay, that was pretty sick. If you are new here and you don't know anything about me, curious about the business that I've built, I'll send you over to this video over here, which will show you my entire model that's helped me build my dream business. It might help you build yours as well. Okay, that was sick. I'll see you in the next one.